like '98, like, and that came off Talib and Mos Def. So that they woke me up, honestly. You know what I mean? I just never heard rappers with that verbiage and giving that information on a black in a black perspective. But I, you know, man, I mean, I got, you know, Dorothy Dandridge, Nina Simone, you know, Nat Turner, man. Nat Turner, we doing all these movies about like drug dealers like Frank Lucas and you know, Paid in Full and all that. Nat Turner needed his own pick, man. You know what I mean? That dude was like a vigilante, you know.
He do got a movie out. The young boy from the Great Debaters wrote one.
Yeah, it's like it's in production.
Go Google A Birth of a Nation.
It's already out.
2016.
So it's in production or it's already out?
It's already out. It was at the Sundance Film Festival last week.
Wow.
And the same people that distributed The Matrix bought that joint for $17 million, so they're gonna distribute it.
Wow.
And then they had to say Ovation 3 different times. It was about Nat, the whole joint about Nat Turner. And then the dude that starred in Great Debaters, not the young bull in Great Debaters, but the other dude that was like the drunk. Mm-hmm. He wrote it, and he Nat Turner in the movie.
Wow. So this is this
called
year.
Birth of a Nation.
This year.
2016.
Damn, that's word.
Or 2015. One of them, 2015 and 2016.
Yeah, shoot, there you go. Yeah. So, yeah, man, I just got a lot of so many people, man. But like a lot of my influence come from, you know, writers and people into music, like Clarence 13X, the father of mathematics, basically the founder of the Gods and Earths, you know, Elijah Muhammad, tons of guys, man. You know, black culture is so rich and just history. But one particular facet of black history, that black heroes and black history that I want to just point out is just Native Americans and Hispanics, who also contributed, you know, lost their lives and helping, you know, minorities just get to a point of privilege. You know what I mean? And, you know, the Spanish American War, you know, the things of that nature, you know what I mean? So I don't think the Hispanic community and the Native American community get enough shine on that either. Like how, you know, we do.
You know what, on the low?
Yeah.
Like the Quakers and the Germans and stuff, like, they don't either. Like the people that came, yeah, the Quakers, they had to leave the lights on. So when blacks came to Philly, and so you come to their crib, because they was like real Christians, so they was like totally against slavery. And people think all white people was against it, but you couldn't have like had the, you know, the Civil War without white people like being aggressively against slavery. You know what I mean? So it was like and I look at it, slavery like it was a business. You know, it turned into race later on, but you know, when I studied it at Temple, I mean, they made you study it like seriously. It was all economics. Cause like if you had a slave, you had one slave, he was like $10,000. He was worth $10,000, like in 17 something or 18 something. You know, $10,000 was back then. Oh, man. It was just the drug of their day. When you make them have kids, it's like they even more, like 15. So the government was tell them to stop doing it. It's like, man, well, the Bible say do this. The Hebrews said this. What you mean? This is what we do. So they went to war over it. But usually when you leave, there's a good book called the Economics of Slavery by Eric Williams. I forgot the name of it. I think it was Eric Williams, something Economics of Slavery, and it breaks down how much money they were making. And it was just basically the drug of their day, and then it turned into, you know, racism, because first it was the indentured white servants. They couldn't do it because it was too hot. Then it was the Native Americans, but they couldn't do it because they knew the land. They could run away, and you can't find them. But they got the Africans. They don't know the language, and they don't know the land, and they can work in the sun. Bingo, money. So it's like really about money, and it turned into race later on when a slave tried to tell me to do something. I'm like, black, what you mean? Telling me to do something, you better go over there. So that's how it turned into race. But it was like a lot of people really going against it, especially up in Philly. Once you hit Philly, you're free. You know what I mean?
Yo,
do what you want.
And definitely, like, you don't got no revolution without without European white Caucasian either. So you definitely big up to those people that was riding. You know what I mean? They was really going against the grain because they free. Like we don't gotta be.
They chalk you up. They chalk you up if you agree with that. You're like, right. You nigga, you're a man. Right. You know what I mean? So it was a weird time. But when you think about it, it's not that different than world history. They had slaves in Africa. They had slaves in China. They had slaves in the Middle East, Egypt. Jews. Just, this is what it was. Before the Europeans came to Africa, the Songhai Empire was fighting the Mali Empire. It was over like salt and all that stuff. They enslaved their people. That's what they did. So it's just like kind of like human nature. That one group will conquer another group.
Right. Hey man, so before we get to the main event, the last topic. I gotta apologize. I gotta apologize to our listeners, man. Forgot to introduce Chris, so I'm gonna give her a little small window just to introduce herself. And yes, I'm gonna do this in your background.
Yeah, brother, how you think do that? We do that, right?
Yeah, man.
You said my name.
No, we need more than your name, girl. You know what I mean? You prime time, man. We move right in it, man. So just
you're really back.
Yeah, 30 seconds. We'll pay the bills, with your little bit of
cancer, like long walks on the beach. I'm a social worker currently. I do domestic violence with probation and parole. It's interesting. My mom. I don't know what else. What else you want? Went to Temple.
Fan of Toronto and Drake.
Yeah, I love everything from Canada and everything from Houston. I think that at this point that defines my life. I love all things black. I don't know. I'm just here. I'm just here living this adventure we call life. That's all.
Word. All right. I just whatever. Just had to give you a little forum. That's all.
Follow me on Instagram. Add me on Facebook.
Yeah. So what's your?
I'm joking. I'm just trying to get my followers up. I'm so Philly. I'm from Philly.
You can get them up. All right, man. So we got a segment on the show we do called The Exam, and we basically ask 3 short questions, and we just try to formulate a cohesive, synopsis on that artist. So today, the artist for the night is Mr. Kanye West.
Wake up, Mr. West.
Wake up, Mr. West. So, all right. So our first question, and we'll go in order. And what is your favorite album? Or favorite / best album from Kanye West? And Armand, you can start with.
I never bought none of his albums, so I guess probably Dropout is the most popular one. Everybody say, but I never bought none of his stuff. The only time I really listened to his stuff when it was commercial stuff or it was featured or he was featured on somebody else's stuff. So I never really was like a fan like that of Kanye. He was cool, but he didn't drive me to buy his stuff. But you already know what the time I'm on. I listen to the greats, and I kind of stay in that lane. I usually don't deviate from that or basically stuff that's underground.
Word. So, Chris, you want favorite best / best album from Kanye?
My favorite Kanye album, I think, would have to also be. I'm really torn between College Dropout and Late Registration, but they were kind of like one was 2004 and one was 2005. But I'm kind of tainted because I saw him in concert at Temple at the Leah Chorus that time. So I think that's why. It's like I really enjoy it. Once things are in concert, it puts me in perspective. Like it lets me connect with the person, like performing it and everything. But overall, I think.
What live album you saw? Late Registration? Mm-hmm. Wow. I never saw Kanye live. So that's your Late Registration? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a good album.
Can you count Watch the Throne though?
Sure.
Damn, then that's different. Yeah. I mean, that's like Jay-Z and Kanye. I don't know.
That's more Kanye to me than Jay-Z.
It's giving me real Kanye. That was why. That was when he moved, because he had moved away and then he got back, and that was the first is this kind of like when you started is this Kanye? Right. So if I had to That was by default because I saw it. But honestly, I didn't buy that album. That was when buying albums were out. But I did used to listen to it if somebody else did. I didn't. Did I drive then? Because a lot of times I get things like from the radio. So yeah, I was driving. But I think now that I can include that, it's gonna be Watch the Throne.
Yeah, to me, Watch the Throne is like Kanye West featuring Jay-Z because he laid down the production. Like,
all right, then I'm gonna go with Watch the Throne.
Yeah, I think it's a Kanye album. I'm gonna go with Armand. I'm gonna go with College Dropout. It's really hard though.
That was my year. 04 was my year.
Yeah, College Dropout, man. I gotta go with that one because he kind of merged like the backpack rap with kind of like the flashy kind of sound or style. Excuse me, with the soul samples. That's where he got me with them soul samples.
He got me with Kanye Workout Plan.
Workout Plan, yeah, that joint had that was a college.
I still do my abs to that in the gym.
That was my college album. So I got to go with that. College Dropout. That's a certified classic.
Okay.
Yeah. So potential met was his potential met?
No. I think he got so, because he's talented. I think he got so off his rocker. I don't know what it is. Like, I can't put my finger on it. I don't blame the Kardashians. Some people blame them. Like, I don't blame them. He's his own man. Like, if you're a man, you move in the way you move. Nobody can deviate you from it or make you change from that. So, but I don't know. I just don't think he reaches his potential at all. I just think he's just a person that's he's okay with being on TMZ a lot and making news, and that's what his relevance is, or like tweeting about something or getting angry about something. So, no, he hasn't reached his artistic potential.
I don't know. I feel like he has. I feel like he came out, he gave you what he was in the sense of like who he was working on or to be. And then life happened to Kanye. So you say you can't put your finger on it. For me, I can. Kanye went left after his mom died. And that's life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people have that event in their life that sent them this way. And I don't, you know what I mean? Like, when people drop out of school, let's say you drop out of school because you had a big death in your family or you guys moved to a different part. You know what I'm saying? Like, just a very life-altering event for you. That was where it was going to be for you. And that was, I'm glad Kanye got out everything he got out before that happened. So maybe that's how I look at it. And now, to me, like, he might be getting back to old Kanye, but it's a little tainted because of everything everywhere that experience took him to. But I'm a social worker, so I'm glad we got that out of there, because that's where it wrapped all back for me. Like, so that's why I can't do that to him, because you got to meet people where they're at, and that was a part of his experience, and you can hear it in his music. You can hear the hurt, you can hear the pain, you can hear the Amber Rose, you can hear where all that stuff came in.
Ooh, this is a tough one, yo. This is the tough one. This question, potential met. All right, his career is not over, so I'm gonna say yes. His potential has been reached. Just because, like, all right, this is how I look at it, yo. He was like a dude doing beats in the basement for Beanie and Jay. Like, he was like, you just do beats. Like, we don't respect you rapping. You know what I mean? And he turned into a great producer, to a great rapper. And, I would say his potential has been met. Now, he lost me a little bit with this Kardashian thing, and then, like, the Yeezus album, I don't like at all. But I'm going to say potential, yeah, I say he did. If he died today, I say, yo, his potential was met.
I can't disagree with y'all though. Like you said, him being a producer, and now where he's at,
he's ill. Yeah,
like, globally. Yeah, you got. Yeah, but I was speaking just strictly off the music.
Yeah, like what we had. He didn't always give me what I wanted.
Right.
But I mean, I'm an Usher fan, and neither does Usher. But I'd be like, oh, look at Usher, got them people over there in Europe fist pumping. Like, so it's like that's dope to me. Like, it's not, you know what I mean? No, you're not gonna always give me my boo or my way, but I'm glad you gave that to me.
Right.
And like for me, that was it. So like for you, College Dropout was it. For me, like Watch the Throne, everything he put out after that was kind of extra. That I might like a song or two after.